So here's the cool thing. Left foot down, hands on chair or block, step the left foot back, elevated downward dog. I see it over and over again to many of you when you're, watching class or practicing with us, that we have unlimited potential for healing. This is our elevated downward dog. Breathe 2. We can get stronger. Breathe 3. Breathe 4. And breathe 5. Bend both knees. Place the knees on the mat. Figure out how to get down there. Well, now, Ustrasana. This is our camel's pose. This is a great place for you to have. So Bonnie, go get yourself, really roll it up nice. So none of this. In fact, I think what we're gonna do is you got homework. And your homework is gonna be to possibly bring a towel, like a bath towel. Keep breathing, everybody. We're in Ustrasana, so if you want to, you can go here, squeeze. And the bath towel will be kind of, I'm gonna pretend like this is like a bath towel, right? You know, if you fold one enough, but it might be a little bit bigger than this. Yeah, like a beach towel, but no, well, I think one that's not so big, and you take it, and it's one that you don't really need in your house anymore because it's going to be part of your toolkit, and that one you're going to bring. Or you could say, Nydia, I don't use that towel anymore, and you just bring it with, because you're going to want it for your home practice. You're going to want it here. Notice what we've done now. And rather than fluffing around with a big blanket, and then you could take medical tape it, right? And then it's your little thing, because you're going to check your knees. You're going to push the top of the ankles is Miss Bonnie, and the rest of us are putting the top of the feet, hands along back behind us, and we're going to push the pelvis forward, squeeze between the shoulder blades, retract the head, and then attempt to arch. But here we go. We're going to firm, and we're going to ask those buttocks to tighten. And it doesn't matter if we go back very far, because this is a big ask of the hip flexors to stretch. Breathe 3. Breathe 4. And breathe 5. And you inhale and exhale. Release now. Widen your feet a little bit, Miss Bonnie. There you go. Just kind of, and reposition. Make sure you feel good. Because now we're going to sit back in our Vajrasana. And some of us have a block, and others have a blanket. And we got to just go listen to what's going to be right. So Frank, you're right. If you have tightness in the front of your ankles, and that works for you, but then we need, do like this. Let's see if your body, Frank, will allow you to sit back on that. Yeah? Is there a stretch here? Well, then you know what to do. Make the blanket less big. As long as your knee joints feel okay. So do you feel the knees or the stretch in your thighs? Breathe. This is one where we stay here for a while. We try to find the position, and I'll demonstrate, where the feet are not sickling inward. Someone like me, I'm too flexible on the outside of ankles. And so if my feet do that, and I just do this all the time, then I'm always stretching the outer ankle, and that doesn't help to balance my ankles. So I need to attempt, but doing this position is not exactly easy. And as we're holding, we're just breathing. Yeah, we're trying to find a place where you feel a stretch, but the knee joint is not upset. Hold your position, everybody, breathe. Now Frank's going to lift his hips off the blanket, or the block. Knees okay? They can't be tortured. You okay? All right. Now we've got Frank down from the block that was bigger. And what we're looking for is an attempt to use body weight. This is a very natural way to improve the flexibility of the quadriceps and the front of the ankle gradually. Bonnie and both Frank have used a blanket or something underneath their ankles so that their ankle and feet can be supported. The tighter you are, if you haven't done this a lot, this is real hard to do, is sit on those ankles. And so my goal is not to torture you so much that you're in pain. Yeah. And the thing is, your body won't trust us. It's like, you're like, oh, great, this is a great stretch. And you're like, oh my God, no. So we want to try to get as comfortable as possible. And then if you're like, well, this feels actually really comfortable, good, stay there for a little while. Do you feel a little bit of stretch? A little bit of stretch. Can you breathe? If that's happening for you, then you're doing exactly what you should. And I like to actually get into this position for a little while, and maybe during a commercial, if I'm watching a program, or I used to talk about when you watch the Spurs game, at home, then during commercial break into one of these. When you're ready, come back up. Whew, get yourself up and out of the position and breathe. I'm looking around to see, I think I moved my strap because a certain someone was having fun with it. So come to sitting down now. A certain little pup. Take the legs out ahead of you. Dorsiflex the ankles. Take your strap around the ball of those feet. Eventually, yeah, but you could sit on your blanket if you wanted to, or because when we do this is the one that you were way up on the blocks or blanket. So when we go into seated forward bend, we drop forward, you go to the edge, stretch those legs out as straight as you can in front of you, Frank, and use your arms. It doesn't matter if you go way forward. Lift your toes towards your nose and give your feet a little bit of a width. There you go. That hip distance wide. What we're doing right there is we're training the muscles, hamstrings on either side of the back of your knee and hip, thigh, to learn how to be in the stretched position along the length of the way that the muscle was designed. Cascade over, head down, breathe. Little somebody has her eyes open. She's thinking about life. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. I think Gooby says yoga's boring. Inhale, come up. She's like, they're just there. I don't know. Here's the example. Now, some of you are going to be on your blanket because we're going to do reverse plank. Here's the thing. Back in the day before I opened my studio, my first studio, thumbs, fingers wide, find your position, blanket underneath you or not, firm through the thighs. I used to do home visits. So in my book, you'll notice that I talk about me going to visit Caroline at her house. Squeeze between the shoulder blades, lift the chest, firm through the thighs. Because that's the way that I did my private work. I would go and work with somebody and visit them. Open the chest, retract the head, push through the heels. If it honors you, you might lead with the chest and lift the hips or not lift anything at all. Don't worry, but we're going to breathe. Breathe 2. You're pressing strength. Breathe 3. Good, yeah. Breathe 4. You're trying to squeeze the shoulder blades back behind you. Breathe 5. There you go. And then release. Good job. Getting stronger. We're going to bend the right knee. Let the strap go around the ball of that left foot. Right thigh drops out to the right side. Spine roll. Cascade over. Holding on with your strap. Breathe. 1. Doesn't matter how far you go. Nice, Frank. So bend that right knee a whole lot and let that right thigh. Yeah. And see what you feel at your right hip. Breathe 2. Okay? Breathe 3. Hold your position. Breathe. Breathe. We're going to be here for a few more breaths. Extending. Letting your head drop down. Breathing. I lost my train of thought. I was telling you something about being and doing this and doing our home visit. I don't know. Well, it went away. Oh well, maybe it'll come back. Breathe. We're firming through the thighs. We're lengthening through the spine. We're trying to find our breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And then inhale. Oh, it came back. Ready? Right leg goes out. Torso flex that right ankle. Extend the toes. Bend the left knee and let the left thigh drop out to the side. So I was beginning to share how Gooby's like, this is so boring. So in the time that I've worked with my clients and going to their homes, I have met a lot of dogs, firm thighs, and cats. And turtles. Oh, the tortoise, that was the funnest. She was so cute. Pet tortoise in the backyard. She used to follow my client around, breathe. She'd come on command. It was the cutest thing. Firm the thighs. The left thigh is attempting to go out to the side. Breathe. And it never failed that occasionally I would have a very barky dog. And my client, typically this would happen on the first session, find your position of support. So maybe your blank, let's try this. Put that, sorry, throwing it at you on over there on the other side. Breathe. There you go. Drop down, breathe. So I'd have a dog that was not, who was just like barky, 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 barky. And my client is like trying, okay, let me open the door. Oh, hold on, okay. And then dogs just like, barky, barky. And I'm like, and they're like, I'm so sorry. Let me put them away and back somewhere. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm okay. That's okay. Let your pup be here. She's, it's not, it doesn't know me and it doesn't, and it protects you. So don't put her back somewhere because she's not going to like that. Drop down. But, oh, she's barking and she's all, I said, it's okay. This has happened over and over again. I said, your pup's going to be just fine. Let's just continue. Let's do our work. Breathe. And so we get started. Pup would be, barking a little bit, and we get started on the mat. We get started moving, and the owner would be breathing, and then all of a sudden the dog would just go and sit. It would stop barking, and then it would just kind of sit down. And it's watching, and then it would just lie down, and then before you knew it, the dog is nothing like Gooby. Slowly release. And my client would say, and this happened so many times, oh my gosh, how did that happen? That never happens. My dog is, but left leg stretches out, bend the right knee, bend the left knee. Anchor. We're going to open the chest. And I'd say, which is my experience, doesn't mean that the truth as I know it, my experience. Open the chest, breathe. I'd say to my client, your dog is just reflecting the energy that you have. This is our first session. You're a little bit nervous. You don't really know, you've never met me before, and I'm coming into your house. Your puppy dog doesn't know me, and I'm coming into your house. Now, when you're ready, release. Roll all the way down. And everybody, the energy in here is a little bit, different. Come all the way down. Hug your right and your left knee into your chest and breathe. Make circles. And they'd be like, well, what did you do? Why did the dog get so relaxed? I said, because you got relaxed. The yoga works on you, and your dog is sensing your energy. Reverse the circles. So that as you were relaxing, your pet that loves you, now release. Right thigh crosses way over the left. Squeeze inner thighs together. Drop both thighs towards the left. Anchor the right shoulder. Look over the right. Breathe. As you relaxed, so did your dog, and your dog was trusting because you were also in a state of calm, which is pretty neat. Ladies and gentlemen, that happens over and over and over again. It happened over and over again. Never failed. And it's not because I'm good with animals. I was just doing the practices that I know help to downregulate the nervous system. And when the individual, the owner, is calming down, their pet will then calm down. And some people don't like me hearing me say this, but it works with children and it works with other adults in your life. Our own energy is something that you can't see, but others can experience. They can feel it. They don't know what to call it. Bring the thighs back center, uncross the legs, left thigh crosses over the right. Squeeze your thighs together, drop both thighs over to the right. Anchor the left shoulder, look over that left shoulder, breathe in. And so when we want to help somebody, someone who's stressed out, someone who's upset, anxious, afraid, one of the best things, this is a Nydia opinion coming at you, that we can do is to ground and settle ourselves first. Sounds like that whole oxygen in the airplane thing, oxygen mask. Yep, breathe. When you want to support and help someone, you can begin by grounding and connecting your feet firmly to the floor, your bottom to your chair, and then settling into your nice, smooth, rhythmic breath when you connect with that person that you want to help soothe or settle, or your pet, or your fill in the blank, or the customer representative that is on the phone with you and you are irritated. Guess what? When you're yelling and screaming at that person, either on the phone or at the counter, this just elevates things. Bring the thighs back. Uncross the left thigh. We're going to stretch the arms and legs out and move into your resting. Yeah, we already got some good foot activities going, so I think we're going to let your body go into your resting. Your own energy can help another person. Lavender, for those who choose to receive. Rub the palms together. Cover them over the nose and now your head, your shoulders. Arms and legs to rest. Keep the breath. Very gently bringing awareness, subtle movement of fingers and toes. Slowly stretch the arms and legs away from your center. Gently bend the knees. Gradually roll onto your side and come into the seated position. We close with one long, strong, all mindful, aware, connected, blessed beyond all comprehension. Inhale. Inhale, reach the arms skyward, gently place the palms together, move them past the mind's eye, drop them down to the heart center. Blessings to each of you. Thank you for allowing me to serve you in this practice. Have a most amazing day. Thank you for tolerating Miss Gooby, who was on her